Alright, YouTube, so this is me documenting exactly what's going to happen over the span of the next 6 months. Immersed in mind, body, and spirit evolution. Getting in that state of perpetual growth and expansion. That's all that I want the next 6 months to be. Some people call this monk mode, whatever you want to call it, but I'm taking it a step further because obviously when it comes to protocols like that, they're neglecting a lot, but I want to be as inclusive as I can. Like, I really want to be ambitious with this and take everything that I can. And not even just take everything that I can. A better way to put it is I want to give all that I am to this process of transformation. So I don't want to leave anything out. Like, what's the point? Why isolate yourself when you can literally go everywhere? When you can spread in so many different directions? Like, what happens when I'm in a constant state? Like, imagine a water droplet that expands on its own. What happens when it expands in every single direction? At some point, you're gonna have a fucking ocean. Now, it's one thing to create a river. River's nice and all that, but an ocean, like, that shit is literally, it's unreasonable. And that's what I want my life to be. So where to start? So here's pretty much the blueprint of everything that I'm going to be doing over the next 6 months and the standard that I'm going to hold myself to. One thing, as you guys, anyone who subscribed to me knows, is my consistency. I want it to be unmatched. So short forms, long forms, daily. Obviously, I think the long form is obviously going to be the easiest. Like, it's way easier for me to do long form daily than it is to do short form, because for short form, sometimes I have a conversation of, am I being creative enough? But really, I've just been overthinking shit and I don't have a reason to. Now, long form, pretty simple. I just talk to you guys like this. I give you updates. I give you guys a deep dive into who I am, into my mind, and everything that's going on, without missing any details. So that's going to be my creative process. It's going to be doing that. The content is going to be, that's probably going to be the easiest and simplest part. But I'm going to keep diving into the mental side. And what I mean by that is acquiring skills. Whether it's language acquisition, that's going to be one of them for sure. Whether it's a high income skill. Whether it's building on skills that I already have, like training and expanding my content creation. Speaking is another thing. Speaking, I know if I can really crack the skill of speaking, dude, everything else is just easy. Because communication is the root of everything. Communication, speaking, that's the root of everything in the world. Everything was built off of communication. Even the fucking universe is built off of communication. The word of God created all. Like, when you look at it from that perspective. Now, I'm not gonna make this religious. Everybody has their own beliefs. That's not what we're here for. What we're here for is seeing what life is gonna be like 6 months down the line when I put myself through absolute and perpetual discomfort for the sake of growth and expansion. Honestly, this shit's like next level masochism, if I'm being honest with you. And I'm here for it because I don't have anything to lose. I don't like it, but a part of me does love it because I know what's gonna come on the other side. And then obviously, when I do go through something like this, I would be able to extend that worldwide. People would see, yo, this is what you can do in 6 months. This is what can happen. Except I'm doing it in a way where all three of the main aspects that I've always had questions about, expansion. So mind, body, spirit, or soul. If I'm being honest with you, I don't know the difference between like spirit and soul. I know there is a distinct difference, but spirit, mind, body, spirit, just to keep it simple. So my will, my mental, and my physical, mental, spiritual. Easy. What happens when I put myself in situations non-stop where all three are being challenged and called upon to rise? I said this in the other fucking video, in my short form video. You guys are gonna catch it if you watch it. But I literally pushed myself to the point where I had literally put on over 2.5 pounds of muscle in 13 days. Unfucking real. Mind you, I'm natural. I'm already a seasoned lifter. I've been doing this for who knows how long. Damn near a decade. That would be, no, literally. I started working out when I was 12. Didn't make gains for most of it. I mean, I made beginner gains. That was the easiest. Stagnation, maybe a little bit of growth. After I left high school, fucking went all in on what I knew to be the best training shit that I could possibly think. Exploded. Gained a shit ton of weight. And here I am, seasoned lifter. I'm fucking putting on the mass. And mind you, I'm still at single digit body fat. Like on my body scans, I'm literally single digit body fat still while bulking and shit. So it's like, I've been going hard. I've been doing everything that I can to relay this information. Not only that, but I've been blessed with the opportunity to be able to train people. And while training people, I've been able to help people lose drastic amounts of weight, get to a lower body fat percentage and shit in record time. Had a recent client lose like 20 something pounds in 30 days. Imagine, he wasn't even a fat fuck either. Like that, unreal. And if you guys hear something in the background besides cars, it's chickens, they're running around. But yeah, like that's one of the things for me. Like I've always wanted to know what kind of transformation I'm gonna be going through. And another thing on the mental side, learning. Being in a state of learning. So whether that's reading, whether that's me doing note-taking, definitely note-taking. I'm not gonna be doing idle watching anymore because I don't believe in that shit. It's not, I mean, obviously it can do something for you, like that's the thing. But obviously if you were to take notes, then you're solidifying it on a whole different level. Whole different level. That shit literally gets stuck within your subconscious. And that's just because of the extra effort that you put in and the extra you that you put into it. And plus, at the moment, I'm not exactly a photographic memory kind of person or audiographic memory. I don't know if that's a word. Hearing it once and then just turn. I'm not that kind of person yet, but I feel like I will be very soon. So we're gonna see how that goes. And maybe I'll have to use more old school methods, but when I'm immersed in, hold on. Before I get into that, the third aspect, the spirit. Training the spirit. Obviously, meditation is going to be crucial. Maintaining spiritual composure, maintaining a certain kind of energy, bioelectricity and whatnot. But not only that, I'm about to be doing fucking horse stance, like some ancient Shaolin shit. Because one thing that I've always been curious about was understanding life force, prana, energy. People call it, there's so many names for it. Some people call it life force, others call prana, chi, maybe even like the Holy Spirit. But that kind of energy, I want to tap into that, and I want to see what's possible with that. I want to dive deep into that aspect too. And obviously, you guys know I'm a firm believer in God. But I want to know how those kind of energies can impact the rest of my life, how that kind of training can impact the rest of my life. And one thing's crazy too is the fact that honestly, I might not even I don't really care too much. The younger me used to care a lot about telekinesis, all that shit. I know the world is supernatural to some degree, but the main focus when I'm talking about this spiritual training is that kind of gravity, that inner gravity that somebody has. Like, you know, when you talk to somebody and they're spiritually at a higher level than you, to where you just kind of start caving in. Like that kind of pressure. Either you start caving in, or you just look at them with such awe and admiration that you're like, wow, like this person has literally done amazing things. His energy is just amazing. Their energy is contagious, it's empowering. And it calls upon like a different party. That either you fall in line with like respect or you crumble backwards, fucking, I don't know what the fuck. But that's the kind of energy that I'm pursuing, like that inner gravity, that real spiritual power. Because I don't think, like, obviously the fucking little zip zappity shit, like, that's cool and all. But how would your life look if your spiritual energy was so powerful that nothing in the world could knock you off center, nothing in the world could really affect you? When you produce literal gravity just by being who you are, when you look at someone and they're like in awe, whether it's fear or admiration or a desire to really get to know you and learn about you, and that kind of stuff, it can't be like, it can kind of be fronted in a little bit, but what happens when you really do the work to get that kind of spiritual power, that spiritual essence? Then what? That's what I want to know. So physical, mental, spiritual training. And obviously another thing with the spiritual training, it's not just going to be me doing fucking horse stance shit. Obviously I do want to get a sense for vital energy, things like that, because that, it genuinely intrigues me. So I'm going to go where I'm intrigued at. I'm going to trust my intuition. My intuition says learn about it. Learn about it. Gather information. But not only that, another form of spiritual training, which is probably the most important form, is going to be done all throughout the day, because it's me diving into that discomfort, diving into everything that I didn't want to dive into. Before, I used to be very anxious, but I've been doing the work to get out there and talk to people, to get out there and socialize, create conversations with strangers, and be able to look someone in the eye unfazed and have a genuine, honest connection with them. But I want to take it a step further. Obviously, aside from those physical interactions, what kind of relationships am I going to develop? And the relationships that I do develop, who am I going to develop them with? What kind of people am I going to be talking to? Like, I want to put myself in spaces where financially I'm unqualified, but just off of who I'm being, they see the value. They're like, holy shit, this is someone that I can fuck with. This is someone that's going after. This is someone that I can rock with. And just taking that out the window, because obviously most people see that, but I don't think it's a real like limitation or defining factor. I feel like it's who you are and who you decide to be. That's what's going to determine any interaction. That's what's going to determine the kind of potency of your interaction. And that's going to be the video for today, guys. Appreciate you guys for watching it. Tune in.